most rare films in most reflected and defined times.
Either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood.
1991's Boys in the Hood about three teenagers growing up during the drug and gang violence in South Central LA.
We got a problem here?
The movie, a critical and commercial hit, given a 20-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival. Its director, John Singleton, who at 24 became the youngest and the first African-American to be Oscar-nominated for Best Director and Best Original Screenplay.
You have to think, young brother, about your future.
I think that I came along at the right time and moment in history.
Singleton died Monday at 51. His family taking him off life support after suffering a stroke earlier this month. This morning, tributes pouring in for the groundbreaking director, producer, and screenwriter. Actor Samuel Jackson tweeting overnight, he blazed the trail for many young filmmakers. Rest in peace, brother. Gone way too soon. Janet Jackson posting, you gave me my first movie role, my first Oscar nomination, and so much more. I will miss you, John.
Listen to me closely. I'll tell you what I know.
That role in 1993's Poetic Justice, a film that also helped introduce a young Tupac Shakur to a mainstream audience.
What's your name?
Lucky.
Lucky.
In all, Singleton directed more than 10 films, from groundbreaking films like Higher Learning to blockbusters like the 2000 remake of Shaft and Too Fast, Too Furious. Singleton talking about his career here on Today, back in 1993.
My goals are just to make films that, have a lot of heart and that ordinary common people can identify with.
More recently, Singleton focused on television, directing episodes of shows including Empire.
I really don't know what purpose you serve.
And Billions.
Do you have something to tell me?
He co-created the FX series Snowfall, a look at the crack cocaine epidemic of the 1980s in Los Angeles.
They gotta learn. See how America works.
His family releasing a statement on Monday honoring the director, saying in part, John passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family and friends. We again want to thank all of John's fans, friends, and colleagues for all the love and support.
This is Deuteronomy. Chapter 32. Verse 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. On to Job. Chapter 4. Verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off. I like to say all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Honor to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. All right, so as you can see, we just saw a video of this sellout. Another Freemason bites the dust. John Singleton. All right. So as you can see by the scriptures I just read, although he made 9 times out of 10, this man was sacrificed. All right, by the Illuminati. But as you can see, if that is what happened, the Most High is the one that sanctioned it by the scriptures we just read. Don't nothing go down on this earth unless the Most High wanted to go down. So it was time for this sellout to get taken out. It was just that simple. And like the scriptures say, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? This man wasn't innocent. This man wasn't righteous. This man was a sellout. This man was a Freemason. This man was a warlock, man. Point blank, period. This man committed treason against the children of Israel, man. Against the God of Israel. That's why his ass was cut off. And deservingly so. Ain't no tears over here for that man. He deserved what he got. Let's go to Matthews. Chapter 16. Verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And that's exactly what John Singleton did, man. He gained the whole world, but guess what he did? Guess what he had to do to gain the whole world? He had to lose his own soul, meaning he sold out. He had to conform to the elite. And who is the elite? The so-called white man, the Edomites, that run all these different media outlets. All right? Your so-called Jewish, just your Stinkelbergs and your Rothschilds and your Gettys and so forth and so on, man. Your Bilderbergs. So that's who he had to sell out to. That's who he sold his soul to. That's how he committed treason. He started working for the enemy. He started doing all type of wicked acts and rituals to conform with the enemy. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? And what did he give in exchange for his soul? He probably gave up some friends. He probably sacrificed some friends. Gave up his manhood. Probably had to suck and put his rod off in all different types of Edomite men. Or how Edomite men put their rods up in him. Probably had to have his kids go through the same. Or his wife. These people are wicked as hell, man. These people are wicked as hell. All your fucking actors, your singers, actress, your fucking basketball players, man, football players, so forth and so on. These people, the ones that's making the big money. These people have to, they just don't let you make that big money without having to do something that's gonna go against your morals, man. And this man know what he was doing was wrong, man. But yet he continued to do it. Why? Because he had gained the whole world. He had what the oppressor had. He had the nice home, the nice cars, the jewelry, the clothes, nice woman, family happy. But at the end of the day, what happened? It was all taken away from him. Because why? All things is vanity in this world, man. In this so-called white man's world, which is Edom's world. And that's why this white man's structure is falling, man. This place is over with. So you sell out Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called. Keep it up. Keep selling out, man. For nothing. Because at the end of the day, you're just going to be put to death anyway. So have fun while you can. Going to Psalms. Chapter 64. Verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. What's the secret counsel of the wicked? Who is the wicked? The wicked is the so-called white man, which they are Edom. All right, the Edomites. What's the secret counsel that they have? The Illuminati. That's their secret counsel, man. The Freemasonries. That's their secret counsels. All right. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, and that's exactly what they work, man. All manners of iniquity, man. From Babylonian worship to Egyptian worship, man. To to coming up with secrets on how to kill you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to wipe you off the planet Earth, man, because they know that you're the children of Israel. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even with bitter words. Exactly. And that's what you see in their media, man. That's why they call you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans every negative term they could come up with when they put you in the news. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. That's right. And they shoot in secret at the perfect. Through what? Through their imagery, through their movies, through the music. They shooting at you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in secret, man. They shooting at the perfect. And the perfect is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But only the elect and the 1/3. Because 2/3, 66.6% of our nation, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you unperfect. Because you want to follow after the white man and do what the white man say do. So-called white man, that is. And that's exactly what John Singleton was doing. He was following after the so-called white man, envying the oppressor. So guess what he helped do with his movies? He helped shoot at the perfect in secret. Make all these damn nonsense movies, man. Highlighting our people in their captivity and their estranged mind frame. So he was helping forward the affliction of these Edomites, man. Helping cast that negative light onto our nation. Helping cast that negative mind frame upon our young through the movies that he directed. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Exactly. And they fear not. These so-called white people, man, these people are proud as hell, man. Because they've been doing so much wickedness and getting away with it for so long that they actually think that the Most High Yahweh is not paying attention to them no more. But guess what? So-called white man, you Edomites, your time is near. Your time is near. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Exactly. And that's what they say. And that's what you damn sellouts say too, man. Cause y'all are just like y'all daddy Esau, man. Y'all just like the white man. Y'all say the same thing when y'all sell out. Who shall see you? The Most High sees you. The one who we know is, who the true worshipers know as Yahweh, and his son Yahushua sees you. Verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Exactly. That's what the elite, the Illuminati of you damn white people sit back and do, man. Y'all search out iniquities, man. Y'all do a diligent search on how y'all could fuck over the children of Israel, or have the children of Israel go off and do sin. Verse 7. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's what's happening now, man. All you people that's stuck up the white man's ass, y'all about to see this white man fall, man. And y'all gonna suddenly try to flee away. But guess what? It's gonna be too late. And y'all gonna fall with him, man. You're gonna be put to death with him. Point blank. Period. Simple as that. Let's go to Daniel's. This is Daniel's chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, who are the children of thy people, who are the most highest people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, and we in that time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And who's written in the book? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The 1/3 in the elect, which is 33.3% of our nation. That's who's written in that book. 66.6666 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you will be put to death with your daddy Esau, which you know as the so-called white man, and the rest of these heathen nations that's in America. Verse 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. All right, and who's that sleep that's going to awake? That's the elect and the 1/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's going to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Father Yahweh. All right, and come back to your heritage, knowing that you are Israelite. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, exactly, being found in the book of life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And that's what John Singleton is, man. He's being put to shame right now in everlasting contempt. And contempt means worthless or deserving of scorn. And that's what I'm doing. I'm giving him deserved scorning right now in his death, man, because he sold out, man. Committed treason towards the God of Israel and the children of Israel. So now he's being shamed. All right. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Because you sellouts, you always sell out thinking that you only live once. Well, let's see what the scriptures say. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. So this reasoning that we're about to read about is not aright, meaning it's wrong, it's not correct. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man, there is no remedy. Exactly. That's what you 2/3 think, man. You think that you only live once. That's y'all little saying, you only live once. So that's what they saying, but not correctly. This is not a correct thinking. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. That's wrong thinking. That is not right, because you do return. There's a such thing as reincarnation, the regeneration. All right, we're going to skip all the way down to verse 10. Let us suppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow. Exactly. And who does this thinking? The white man. But you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all follow the white man, same thought pattern, man. Because y'all worship him. Y'all envy him. So y'all think the same way. Let us suppress the righteous. Let us suppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. And that's why you have our people out here wilding out, man, and looking so stupid, man. Because you got the spirit of Esau on you. You got the spirit of the so-called white man on you, man. That spirit of Cain. Well, the only thing you care about is your own self. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Exactly, and that's what the white man does, man. That's how he strengthens himself through his penal codes, through his amendments. This man don't follow the laws of the Bible. He don't follow the laws of God. He follow his own laws, man. Because the white man is up under a vibration of do what thou wilt. Because he think he is God. He want to be God, as the scriptures say. And you so-called simpletons that follow after this white man, y'all think the same way. Verse 12, therefore let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is contrary to our doings. Exactly. The elect, then the 1/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you ain't with this society. You against this society because of all the wickedness that they do. And they know it. I'm reading it right now. Just like John Singleton knew this. He knew that. This man know that he was an Israelite. But because of him envying the oppressor, he helped afford the affliction with the oppressor. And he knew that he was doing everything contrary, man. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgression of our education. Exactly, man. So the white men know exactly who we are, man. They know who we are. And they know that the elect and the 1/3 is against everything that they doing, and we're going to call them out, man. Just like I'm calling out John Singleton, wicked ass, man, for following the so-called white man. Verse 13, he professeth to have knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts, and that's what I do, man. That's what the elect and the 1/3 will do and continue to do. All right, we're gonna profess the knowledge of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And we're going to call ourselves the children of Israel, which is the children of the Lord, man. And we out here to reprove y'all thoughts, man. That's why I'm making this video for the elect and the 1/3. So hopefully you get edified. And to know that John Singleton wasn't nothing to be celebrated. This man was a man that committed treason. Simple as that. And he was put to death for such and deserved it. Skipping down to verse 22. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not. Neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. Exactly. John Singleton, he didn't care nothing about the Most High. He didn't care nothing about Yahweh. He didn't care nothing about his heritage, knowing that he was the children of Israel. He was concerned with the riches that he got for selling his soul, man. That's what he was concerned about. He wasn't thinking about the wages of righteousness, nor was he discerned for the reward for a blameless soul, man. Verse 23, for God created man to be immortal. All right, and that word immortal means living forever, never dying. So that's why the Most High created man. So he didn't create us to die, but we got put in this position. Why? Because of you damn 2/3, man. Because you simpletons. You simple ass Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans put us in this position because you want to follow after the heathen. And choose to worship their gods and to deal in dark magic, man. Verse 23. For God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Exactly, man. We was created to be gods on earth, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you was created to be gods on earth, man. After our Father and our Father's own image and own eternity, man. We supposed to be keeping these laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, man, and not trying to follow these heathens and BS these heathens. But like I said, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you simpleton. You want to be simple like the simple, which are the heathens. So we went off. Verse 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil, exactly, and that's why y'all go off, man, because y'all envy what the oppressor have, and the oppressor is the devil, which the devil is the so-called white man, which he is Edom, Idumea, the Edomites. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and that's all this white man brings, man, is death, man. That's all he brings. Death, rape, robbery, and homosexuality. And they that do hold on his side do find it. And guess who was holding on to the so-called white man's side? Hanging on to his hands, hanging on to his pockets, hanging on to his leg. John Singleton. And guess what he found? He found death. That's what he got. Death. That's the scriptures say, man. So with that, like